YouTube, man? I'm back again with another video, and today we're just gonna be breaking down the top 10 NFL free agents for the 2024 season that's coming up. I know a couple off the head, but I'm gonna be checking on this list of like the top 50, and we're just gonna be breaking down the top 10 players right now who are currently free agents for the 2024 season, and what teams that I feel like would be best fit for them, or what teams that would kind of make sense for them to go to, if not just staying at their own team. So the first one on the list is Chris Jones. Everybody knows he plays for the Kansas City Chiefs. He played D tackle, and they just won the Super Bowl. So a lot of people are wondering, what should his decision be for the upcoming season? Me personally, I feel like Chris Jones fits too well with the Chiefs, and I feel like he's too much of a key player for them to just give up. I feel like he's going to be a franchise player there. Like, he's never going to leave. Just depending on whenever he's done playing, I feel like he should definitely stay with the Chiefs for sure. The way their defense is structured, the way he led the game, the way he led that team, I think he has 3 rings with them now. So I definitely don't see him going anywhere else. I feel like this is one of those situations where he kind of like, this is like home for him now. You know what I'm saying? It's too many emotional ties. He loved the game because, he always crying before big games when they put the camera on him during the Pledge of Allegiance and stuff like that. So I definitely feel like he's going to probably stay in Kansas City, and that's probably the best fit for him. The second player on the list is Kirk Cousins. He's coming off of a season-ending injury this year. So, that's kind of going to probably play a factor in what the Vikings decide to do with him as far as keeping him on the team or letting him go. A lot of people say that he would be best fit to go to the Falcons if he was to leave. Well, that's what ESPN and SportsCenter has it. They said that the Falcons would be the best fit team for him to go to. Me personally, I feel like probably the Saints. I would say the Saints just because the Saints have, weapons on offense at receiver. They got speed. They got Alvin Kamara at running back. And you got Taysom Hill, that's just a playmaker all the way around, whether he come in at quarterback and give you a run game with the quarterback position. They'll even let him throw it sometimes. And he just knows the offense, so he can play tight end, receiver, any position he can line up at. And then I just feel like the system will kind of be fit better in his play because the defense is a little bit better over there in New Orleans than it is in Minnesota. And then, like I say, he would just have a similar offense as far as just having weapons to throw to with Chris Olave and, like I say, Taysom Hill and stuff like that. So I definitely feel like the Saints would be another good fit for him. But like I said, he's coming off an injury, so it kind of depends on how he's feeling and what he's going to be able to do if he can come back in time. Because if not, then that might put a whole different thing on it. But I definitely feel like the Vikings might move. They might move away from Kirk, even though the team, they love him and everything like that. I just feel like he kind of started off rocky this year, especially with not having Justin Jefferson for part of the season, and then when he was playing, like, just not hitting him enough. Next up on the list is T. Higgins. Now, T. Higgins is arguably a team's #1 wide receiver. Could be. He over there at the Bengals with Jamar Chase and Tyler Boyd. So it's kind of hard for him because they have an offense set up to where Jamar Chase is obviously #1. And, T. Higgins starts splitting touches with Tyler Boyd. I feel like with T. Higgins staying with the Bengals, it could still work out because you got Joe Burrow and y'all have a solid defense over there to hold up. So just keeping him on the team would definitely help y'all out, the Bengals out, as far as, making another Super Bowl run and finishing off this time just so you have more weapons to throw to. And then I just feel like the depth aspect too, because like players get hurt. So, it would be great to have, T. Higgins on your team and being able to, keep him and have him make big plays for you because he makes hella great plays. And I feel like if he was to go anywhere in free agency, I feel like I could see him going to maybe a team like the Steelers. They already have George Pickens over there. They got Johnson over there. And I feel like T. Higgins would be a great addition, really, for like an Allen Robinson type of dude, like to switch with him, or even the Falcons. I feel like the Falcons would be a good fit too, just to help that receiving core over there, because I feel like Drake London was drafted to be the #1 wide receiver, but he just hasn't been able to get those looks. And you got Kyle Pitts over there, so I think adding T Higgins would definitely make their offense be way more of a threat in the passing game. They just got to get the right quarterback to be able to throw them the ball. Honestly, that's really the only thing that's hindering the Falcons is just their quarterback position. But I feel like, you know, T Higgins would definitely go and add a good spark to them, or even the Titans, because the Titans right now they just have DeAndre Hopkins, and I feel like he definitely needs somebody that can complement and help him get open. Because if you got a #1 and you have a solid #2 who could be a #1, then it just forces, you know, the double teams to go to one person, leaving the other person open. I could also see him going to the Bills, because Stephon Diggs is probably going to get up out of there, so that would just mean more targets for T Higgins if he actually wanted to get more targets. I feel like the Jets too. The Jets would be perfect, because other than Garrett Wilson, everybody else on that receiving core is kind of a little older. You got Randall Cobb, you got Allen Lazard, who's a little bit older. So I feel like, you know, they're young at the tight end position, I feel like, but at the receiver position, they could definitely use another young receiver who could be a #1. And that'll help with Garrett Wilson being able to get more touches, even with T Higgins being there. So that's what I feel on that. Darius Sneed, cornerback for the Chiefs. I feel like they definitely not getting rid of him. You know, they say the best fit team for him is the Eagles, but that's cap. He don't need to go to the Eagles, because the Eagles got everything under the sun, and they still found out somehow they still found a way to poop their season for the second half of the season. And, you know, with him having, you know, the success he's having in Kansas City, I mean, the Eagles wouldn't be the worst option to go to in free agency if that was like his best option. But I feel like he could go somewhere else and still, you know, be a little bit more in a better system. I mean, the Eagles defense, don't get me wrong, is great, but I don't know. I just feel like they already have Darius Slay, and then they got Gardner Johnson, which I'm pretty sure they're going to get rid of Gardner Johnson after this season, how he got exposed. So, I mean, yeah, Eagles, I guess, is not that bad of a second choice, but I definitely feel like he should stay with the Chiefs. If anything, he should go to a team that would actually need a corner. And I feel like Jaguars, Cowboys would be great, just because you don't know where Gilmore stands. You know what I'm saying? You don't know where Trayvon Diggs is going to be when he comes back. And, you know, you got a guy in Deron Bland, but he's more of a slot corner. He can play the outside, but that's not his best position. I feel like if you could have him in the slot, Trayvon Diggs healthy, back at corner, playing better, and then you add L'Jarius Sneed to the other side, that would be great. But Cowboys aren't known for making big moves like that, so I don't see the Cowboys going out and getting him. I feel like the Chiefs are going to do what they got to do to keep him on the team, L'Jarius Sneed. And yeah, man, their team is set up perfect. They just need to fill in little places on offense, as far as like maybe somebody to get ready to take over for Travis Kelce whenever he leaves, or, you know, just upgrading the O-line, or, you know what I'm saying, just keeping that aspect of the team fresh. I don't feel like they need to make any moves with him. Mike Evans, wide receiver for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They have him going to the Carolina Panthers, ESPN. They say that's the best place for him to go. And I feel like I can see that. I could definitely see him going to the Panthers. They need somebody right now. They got rid of DJ Moore, you know, and they got Bryce Young, who definitely needs somebody to throw it to that could be reliable. Mike Evans is still one of the most efficient receivers in the league right now, so I definitely wouldn't mind him going to play with them. Like I say, the Panthers, they would just need an O-line so he can be able to get the ball, because that's going to be the only thing. Him not being able to get the ball because, shit, he ain't got no time to throw it. The Commanders would be a good fit for him, just because they don't really have like a guy other than, well, they got McLaurin and Dotson, but I feel like he would be a great fit to be able to add to that receiving core. Other than the Commanders, I feel like maybe I'd say Panthers or Commanders for Mike Evans. Those are the two best fits, I feel like. Next up, we got Baker Mayfield. They have him staying with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and I feel like that's pretty much where he needs to stay anyway. I feel like at the quarterback position too, you don't want to just keep getting guys in and out. You kind of want to have a guy and have him be that guy for a long tenured amount of time. So I feel like the season that Baker Mayfield had, he was able to take him to the second round of the playoffs. So, yeah, he definitely deserves to stay and have another shot at it. Give the front office a chance to make some adjustments in the team to help him out have a better season in 2024. So I definitely feel like he could stay there. Any other places, I feel like probably somewhere who just need a quarterback, like the Vikings. Maybe he'll have Justin Jefferson as his number one. That's pretty much it, I feel like. Calvin Ridley, Jacksonville Jaguars. I feel like he should stay there. It was just year one with them. They got Christian Kirk and Ingram at tight end. And with having him, that's like the perfect situation. I feel like every offense should have a number one receiver, a solid number two who could be number one, a tight end who's always reliable, and just the quarterback to be able to make those plays. So I feel like with that being said, they already have all of that, and I feel like they just need to keep him somewhere other than Jacksonville. Probably it would go well with him. I wouldn't mind seeing him play with the Texans, even the Broncos. Having him go over there with the Broncos, him and Jerry Jeudy being able to play on the same team, that'd be good to watch. So next we got Saquon Barkley, running back, New York Giants. I feel like my boy Saquon probably might go to the Cowboys. I think he might stay in the NFC. They say right now they got him going to the AFC and playing with the Texans, the Houston Texans. And I actually wouldn't mind seeing that just because the way the Texans offense is and the success they had this season with a young quarterback in C.J. Stroud, I definitely feel like he'll enjoy playing on that offensive line or behind the offensive line, especially since I think they're going to make some plans to get better. They still got Jeremy Tunsil over there, I believe. So I think they just need to add a couple more good linemen to the squad. And if they can add him, that'll be a plus for them. As far as the Cowboys, I feel like the Cowboys definitely need somebody who got a nose for the end zone at the running back position. They already got a good running back room. I mean, they got Deuce Vaughn, Rico Dowdle, and Tony Pollard, but we need somebody who can be a red zone threat. And I feel like with Saquon, not only do he give you the elusiveness, but he can give you the catch out the backfield too, and he can give you power too, just running over you or getting 1 yard in the red zone. So whether it be leaping over or just putting his head down and bulldozing right through. So I definitely see him going to either the Texans, but realistically, I definitely could see him making the decision to go to the Cowboys, being is that they are trying to fill the running back position right now, and I don't think they're going to draft anybody in the draft right now to take that up. So next, we have Josh Jacobs. They have him going to the Dallas Cowboys if he decided to leave the Oakland Raiders. I feel like he should definitely stay with the Raiders. They got a new coach in there, a coach that was, coming to him and catering to the plays that he liked whenever he came in. So I think with him being able to see that and see that there's changes coming around in the organization, seeing that the coach is challenging them to bring on that bad boys mentality, I feel like he might mess around and stay in Oakland. Like I said, they got him going to the Dallas Cowboys on ESPN. I wouldn't mind seeing him come to the Cowboys. We'll go to the Cowboys and possibly being able to be the number one over Tony Pollard, because I feel like Tony Pollard was at his best whenever he was the guy who was coming in after, Zeke got his touches, and then you're able to come in with a guy who's not ground and pound, but he's more of an elusive running back who can ground and pound, but he's mainly the speed guy who will break you one. So I feel like Josh Jacobs is definitely a good running back that could go to the Cowboys, but I just feel like he's not going to be the second string. Like, I don't think he wants to be the second string. I think he wants to be the main guy. Even though he's a good team-oriented guy, I feel like he'll want to be the main guy. But if not them, then I could see the Texans, or I could see him going to somebody like possibly even the 49ers. I feel like the 49ers wouldn't mind going and getting Josh Jacobs if he was available, just to add to the offense. They have him, Christian McCaffrey, and Deebo Samuel taking handoffs out the backfield, and I feel like they don't even really use Elijah Mitchell like that. I mean, Christian McCaffrey is obviously going to be the guy coming in majority of the time, but I feel like they would much rather have Josh Jacobs over Elijah Mitchell, in my opinion. But not least, we got Derrick Henry. Now, they have him going to the Baltimore Ravens, which I could see too. But I also wouldn't mind seeing him go to the Dallas Cowboys because I think he got a house out in Dallas and he trains in Dallas in the offseason. So it would make more sense, I feel like, for him to be able to go ahead and just make the transition to stay in Dallas where he trains at already in the offseason and be a piece there. But I definitely wouldn't mind seeing him with the Ravens because the Ravens have a great run blocking offense, and they got tight ends who will go out and block for him too. So with Lamar Jackson being the run threat at the quarterback position, I feel like if they got Derrick Henry, they'll definitely be like right where they need to be as far as having like that guaranteed safety blanket, like having like that piece at the running back position, and then still having a Dalvin Cook or whoever you want to be your backup running back. You have versatility as far as not only just having a power back, but you got somebody else who can be a elusive back too. And Derrick Henry got a lot of speed on him too, just for him to be that big. Like he's fast as fuck too. So I feel like, you know, all those places are pretty good as far as players going. Just the Ravens, I feel like they got a running back curse, man. All their running backs always get hurt and it'd be like real bad injuries. So I don't know if that'll hinder him from going there or not, but you know, we're gonna see, man. He pretty much trains to prevent injury, so I don't see him hindering himself just off of that. But yeah, man, that's gonna be it for this video, man. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Let me know what y'all think about these guys and where they going and where I thought they was going, or where you think they would be going. Like, just leave me comments in the comment section, man. Let me know what y'all think about that. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed this video, man. It's me, your boy. I'm out.